So, I've spent a couple of days with the Galaxy Buds 2 and at $150, they feel like a very sweet deal given how they look, sound, and the features they're packed with. The Buds 2 are compact, they're lightweight, feature active noise cancellation, and have pretty impressive call quality. And with all of that said, I think the Galaxy Buds 2 nails all the basics of a really good pair of truly wireless earphones with ANC. And if that's what you came to hear, well, there you have it. You can stop the video right away and get yourself a new one. The link will be in the description below. But if you want to know more, hang around and I'll take you through this in detail. Let's start with build and design, and man are they lightweight. They can easily sit in your ears for hours without you even realizing you've got them on. Just really, really comfortable. Another very surprising thing I noticed is that they lock really well. They sit and they don't fall off very easily. Yet they don't feel too tight in my ear. They don't create that pressure, which tends to give me a headache, But yeah, they don't fall off. They don't create that pressure. And yet it's able to passively block quite a bit of sound. And I think this is pretty incredible what Samsung has achieved with the Galaxy Buds 2. And I also think they sit very well inside the ear and they don't show out as much as a lot of other earphones do. And I really prefer that snug, compact fit over anything else. The case is a lot like the previous generation cases. Depending on the color you buy, there's a generous accent of that color inside the case. It's quite sturdy, protective, and has a very satisfying close. To charge the case quickly, you can use a Type-C cable, or you can wirelessly charge with any phone that supports wireless power sharing. If you've got a Galaxy device, the buds would show up instantly as soon as you open the case. And if you don't, then all you have to do is open the case, touch and hold the buds for 3 seconds and it'll get into pairing mode. And the buds obviously support touch controls to navigate music and accept or reject phone calls. They are water resistant, but just about enough that you can take them out if it's drizzling light or if you're sweating, but not for submerging in water or if it's raining very heavily. I really think that design and comfort are like half the experience of using truly wireless earphones, and the other half is obviously the sound quality and the call quality. So let's talk about that. So let's start with call quality, and that's what it sounds like from the microphones on the Buds 2. Now, I'm sitting in an air-conditioned room. There's no noise, there's no wind blowing, so this is what it sounds like. Samsung does talk about machine learning that it uses to reduce ambient sound and deliver crystal clear quality when it comes to calling. Now, I did speak to a couple of people over Slack and Skype on my laptop, and even regular phone calls, they acknowledge that they can hear me very clearly. Now, I have the blower of my air conditioner pointed directly at me, and it's at about fan level 3 out of 5, and here's what it sounds like. It's a little breezy, so think of it that you walking on the road. This is probably how the wind is going to hit you, if it's not too windy, of course. So let me know how that sounds, and we're going to do one more test after this. All right, and this is the last test. I've got the air conditioner blower at 5, which is maximum. I've got a ceiling fan at about 60% of its speed. So whatever wind reduction it's doing, you're probably the first one to know this. So all right, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this, and are you happy with it? And by the way, you can just use one of these earbuds to, carry on with your phone calls or listen to music. You don't really need both of them on. So that way you can actually increase the battery life. So you can have one inside and just use one. And when this is done, take out the other one. And now let's talk about sound quality, which I know is very difficult to talk about or articulate because A, it's very subjective, and B, there's no proper way for me to demonstrate, right? But I'm going to try and convey this in a way that's relatable and simple. So here goes. The vocals are super clear and they instantly stand out more than the music. I mean, if you're into vocals, you're going to love this. Of course, if you want to tweak, and you can change that by going into the equalizer settings and opting for another preset. But yeah, vocals are really good. Next, even if you're listening to a track with loud bass, and you were to bump up the volume all the way to 100%, there is actually no tearing of the music. I mean, of course, as long as the music playback is of high quality, yeah, you can play it at the loudest of volumes and you would not hear anything screeching or anything unpleasant. That's really good. And to be very honest, the sound output, the music right out of the box with the default settings without me making any adjustments, it sounded just about right to me. I mean, I wouldn't change anything, to be very honest. Now, if there's anything that Samsung could have improved on was to make it a bit more filling and immersive. But you know what? I'm not complaining at all. At this price point, the call quality and the sound quality that it's delivering, I think it's pretty good. And if you're like a casual music listener, you're not going to be disappointed at all. All right, now let's talk about active noise cancellation. I feel the ANC is just about satisfactory. Now, there are other manufacturers that do provide better noise cancellation, but they are also 2 times or even 3 times the price. So at $150, I think the Buds 2 are doing a pretty good job. And what I'm trying to say is, if you've got something or someone mildly loud very close to you, you're going to have to increase the volume of your Buds 2 to draw that noise out. So that helps. And while you can leave things on auto mode, you can also manually change noise controls. And within Ambient Sound, which allows outside sound to come in, there are 3 levels: high, medium, and low. Now, when you do turn on the ambient sound, what typically happens is that the microphones on the earbuds pick up the sound from outside and sort of put that back or feed it back into your ears. So it's not technically passing through, it's just picking that sound up, and it feels a little amplified inside your ear. So you can keep that to medium level, and I think that works the best. Let's also quickly talk about everything you can do in the Wearable app. So first of all, you can enable or disable single, double, and triple taps, and you can customize what happens when you touch and hold your earbuds. If you go into earbud settings, that's where you get a chunk of other things that you can do. Of course, there's the equalizer, which I talked about, and there are a couple of presets that you can go through. You can also set notifications to be read aloud while you're wearing the earbuds, and that can be handy, especially when you're walking or when you're running. And then there's the seamless earbud connections. If you've connected to a Galaxy tablet or any other Galaxy device, the buds would seamlessly make the switch. And something to explore is the labs section. So it's got a gaming mode. So, you know, with games, you want your audio to be in perfect sync and it shouldn't be like choppy. So if you turn this on, that synchronization sets in. And also with double tap earbud edge, you'll be able to change volume, increase or decrease that. So definitely give this a shot. And if that's something you want to get used to, totally handy. Now, I've used Samsung buds in the past quite a bit, and one thing that I want to share is that I've seen Samsung be very vigilant about security updates, firmware upgrades, feature updates, and even bug fixes. And I think that's a big part of owning a product is constant support and the need to improve the experience of the customer. And Samsung does that, and I think it doesn't get noticed enough, but I have seen them push these updates quite often, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, let's talk about battery performance. The Buds 2 lasted me a total of 8 hours and 30 minutes with active noise cancellation turned on, in which I was either playing music or on call for about 50% of the time. And the remaining 50%, I was just connected to my phone. So if Samsung says they've got 5 hours of performance with ANC turned on, they're pretty accurate. The case is capable of providing 15 hours of more battery life on top of the 5 hours you get. So a fully charged case and your phones will get you a total of 20 hours of connected time or playback time. And that, I think, is pretty good to me. Overall, I think the Galaxy Buds 2 are an exceptionally well-packaged, truly wireless earphones selling at $150. They're super comfy, they look great, they're extremely lightweight, compact, decent battery life, satisfactory ANC performance, and they're just great value for money. I think for majority of users, these are probably the best sounding earphones with ANC that you can get for under $150. And the compatibility with Samsung Wearable app and all the extra features and frills that you can access, they're just extra goodies and really good to have. Anyway, that's it on the Galaxy Buds 2, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them in the section below. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon. See you guys in the next one.